In this session, we will discuss order of operations with fractions. But first, let's take a look at our helpful hint. Write out the rule for order of operations and refer to it as you complete each step. Then be sure to write down each step. Skipping steps often leads to errors. Now let's work a problem. Here we have 2/3 squared plus 1/2 times 1/4. Now let's follow our helpful hint and write down the order of operations. The order of operations says you do what's inside the parentheses and the brackets first. Then you complete any problems that have exponents. Then you multiply or divide, and I'm writing the arrow here left to right because you work multiplication and division, whichever operation comes first, furthest on the left, then you work to the right. And the same is true with addition and subtraction. You work addition and subtraction from left to right. So now let's follow this as we do the problem. First, let's see if we have any grouping symbols that we need to work. We see parentheses here. We go inside the parentheses, but the problem is already simplified inside the parentheses. 2/3 is as simplified as it can be. So we did this. Put a little check mark next to it, then you won't forget. Next on the list is exponents. We have exponents right here. So that's what we're going to do first. And I like marking what I'm going to do first, and I like checking it off once I've done it so that I'm clearly following the rule. So here we have 2/3 times 2/3 gives us 4/9. And we copy down the rest of the problem, plus 1/2 times 1/4. Now we go back to our list and we look and see what's next. On the list it says do any multiplication division as they appear from left to right. So when we go to the problem we see that we multiply 1/2 times 1/4 before we do the addition. So that's what we're going to do right now. We multiply and we get 1/8. So we have 4/9 plus 1/8 and we're done with our multiplication and division. Now on our list we see addition and subtractions next. And that's our last operation to do. So we're going to add 4/9 plus 1/8. Well, here our common denominator is 72. The smallest number that both 9 and 8 divide into is 72. And that's why our common denominator is 72. So now we have to rewrite 4/9 with a denominator of 72. So we're going to do that right over here. We're going to do 4/9 equals what over 72? Well, since I have to multiply 9 times 8 to get 72, I'm going to multiply 4 8s, or 32. So 4/9 we can write as equivalent fraction 32 over 72. Now let's come over here and do the same thing with 1/8. We have 1/8 equals what over 72? Here we multiply 8 by 9, so we multiply 1 by 9, and we get 9 over 72. So our second fraction is 9 over 72. So now we rewrote 1/8 as 9 over 72 and 4/9 as the equivalent fraction 32 over 72. We add these together and we get 41 over 72. Now let's review. It's a good idea to write down all the rules for order of operations. Check them off as you do them, one at a time. Write down every step. Identify what you're going to do and do it. I identified what I did and I did it. If you follow this advice, you'll see you'll have great results.